YouTube, how's it going? Hey, I got another little quickie here for you. I bought myself a little mist cooling unit out of parts out of the junk box, and had to do a little experimentation with the nozzle, the Venturi design, but got it working pretty good. So I'll show you how I built it and what it does. Okay, so here it is, my version of the Noga Cool. Basically the whole trick is right in the end there, and I'm going to show you what's inside of there. So what I got here is I got a needle valve here that controls how much air comes out, and I got a needle valve here that controls how much fluid gets sucked up out of this bottle, which used to be a spray bottle, but now it's automatic. So let me just show you how this works. Okay, so now we're putting the fluid. Whoops, there's a lot of fluid. Okay, so that's it. A throttle down. There's hardly nothing coming out. There's a crap load coming out. Okay. The whole trick to this thing is this little piece inside of here. Okay. What this is a little Venturi. I'm going to draw you what this is because I know you can't see it. I'm going to draw what I did to make this thing work. But what happens is it basically sits on this hose just like that, and then it fits into the taper of this nozzle, and there's some air passages in here which I'm going to show you what's in there, so hang on. Okay, so you can kind of see by this big one that there's like air passages along the side, and it matches the taper of this thing. And then there's the nozzle in the front that you can kind of see around. Now this one worked really good, except it was too big. I mean, there was a ton of air going through it, a ton of fluid going through it. So I made this little one, and this seems to be perfect. So let me show you on the whiteboard what is actually going on here. Alright, so the way this thing works is, if I draw the nozzle, and I'll draw it exaggerated, you have to create a Venturi in here, and so the idea of it is you want to create a low pressure area in front of the nozzle. And the way that I did that was I built this little Venturi plug thing. Kind of looks like this. Okay, so this would be where the fluid goes in, and this is where air goes in. So the whole way this works is, you know, you got high pressure air in here, and the reason that there's pressure is because this is creating a restriction. So this pressure here is high, and as it comes down these channels, which I'll explain a little later, it encounters this area here, which lets it expand. This is basically the Venturi area here. So
the net result is it creates a low pressure right about here. And that allows this to suck that fluid up, and it mixes with the air and it gets atomized and flies out here. So what this plug actually looks like is it's a 4-degree wedge. It's round and it has slots milled in the sides of it in 6 places to allow air to get by. And if you look at it from the front, you got okay, the fluid would come out here and the air comes out of these 6 little holes. Actually, more like this. So I'll show you how I made that. Okay, so the way you make this little Venturi, it's a little tough because it's got to be tiny. It's going to fit inside of that nozzle. But anyways, take a piece of nylon and you cut a 4-degree taper on it. And then take a 60-degree tool and mount it sideways in the tool post, and using the compound you groove out. I put 6 equally spaced grooves around the perimeter of this thing. And then turn down a little bit here and here to create the Venturi. And then I drilled a number 80 drill down this way, back to about here. And then I took it out, I turned it around. This wasn't that long. I turned it around and I cut a recess right here with a drill, and then I parted it off. So the final piece looked like this. With this being, you know, a hole going up the center. And so if you look at the way this sits in the pipe or in the nozzle, it's like this. And here's that little low pressure area right there that will suck the fluid because of this. This is the Venturi right here. As it goes from a narrow passage to a widening passage, it makes low pressure, and that's what causes it to work.
Alright, here we go. Not too shabby. I think that works pretty good, man. I got the dimensions just about right. And it's not using a whole crap load of air either. This one here That one uses a crap load of air. This one I think is just about perfect. Alright. It doesn't seem to have made too much of a horrible mess. It seems like most of that stuff just evaporates. There is some lubricant qualities to it. This stuff is it's that blue coolant you get. You got to mix it 40-to-1 with water. What I've been doing. Yep. What I've been doing is putting it in these spray bottles and using it this way, but I think now I'm going to make up some little containers that have the coolant. Here's my my WD-40 one, and we'll have the coolant, we'll have the WD-40, and we'll have some. I wonder how this thing would suck up this cutting oil. I guess now's a good time to find out. So we got that. Let's get the old juice out. Just suck some air through this thing. And there really is a tremendous amount of suction on the end of this hose here. So shoot the old OT through it, see how this does. Oh yeah, baby, look at that. Yeah, that definitely sucks up the OT. So alright. Okay, well, just for reference, it's a really bad idea to put oil through this thing, because although it sucks it up and atomizes it, it gets everywhere. There is a fume cloud in this room right now. I'm sure you can't see it on the camera, but it's like atomized oil everywhere. So that's a little lesson there, I guess. Don't do that again. Alright, well, that concludes this demonstration of the Joule Cool system. Thanks for watching.